this Halloween, I'ma get even with you.
I feel sick. Hey book besties, welcome back to another reading vlog. This is going to be a dedicated reading vlog for Verity by Colleen Hoover. I'm so excited to finally pick this one up. I have been saving this book specifically to read in October because October is Halloween season, and even though it is spring here in Australia, because Halloween is this month and I love Halloween time, I'm reading a bunch of spooky books and I knew I wanted to do a dedicated reading vlog for Verity. This is my first time reading this book and I have no idea what it's about. The only thing I know is that it's a psychological thriller. Oh my god, the first sentence already, wow. I swear Colleen Hoover has the best first lines to completely grab your attention from the very beginning, because the first sentence of this book is, "I hear the crack of his skull before the spattering of blood reaches me." Like, what? Anyways, I'm going to start reading now because I have been rambling on for way too long, but I will give you guys my first update probably when I'm like an hour into this book, or if there's a little update that I want to talk about. Literally have goosebumps right now. I feel sick. I'm just about to go make some lunch, so I thought now would be the perfect time to give you guys an update on Verity. So I'm currently up to page 111, which is on chapter 7. The story is definitely very intriguing at the moment. So we're following our main character Lowen, who is a struggling author, and she's just about to get evicted from her apartment and is really struggling with money. But then there's an opportunity that opens up for her to be a ghostwriter for a very famous best-selling author named Verity. Verity was involved in a car accident which has made her completely bedridden and basically paralyzed, so she can't actually continue her book series, but she's still under a contract, so someone else needs to finish her series for her. And because Lowen has a similar writing style to Verity, so Verity's husband Jeremy convinces Lowen to be the ghostwriter, but Jeremy and Verity have had a lot of misfortune happen to them. Their twin daughters both had accidental deaths, although I'm convinced that they probably not accidental, just the way this story is panning out. But they do still have one son, and of course Verity is also paralyzed after a car accident, so they've just had a lot of bad shit happen to them. But Lowen has to actually go and stay at Verity and Jeremy's house to help her with the research to continue writing the series, and the house is giving me very creepy, eerie vibes so far. Like, just from the very get-go, there was the descriptions that were used definitely gave me like creepy vibes. But then she comes across an autobiography that Verity has written about her and Jeremy's relationship. I just finished chapter 3 of the autobiography and it literally made me feel sick. Like, I was so uncomfortable reading that because Verity as a character is giving me such creepy vibes so far. Like, she seems like a sinister character. She's so possessive and jealous over Jeremy, and when she finds out she's pregnant with twins, Jeremy is absolutely elated and is telling Verity that he will unconditionally love the twins, and Verity is so mad about it because she's just like, but are you gonna love them more than me? And he's just like, the love I have for you is going to be different to the love I have for our children. And she gets so jealous over that to the point that she is literally like not wanting to have the babies at all. And it just made me feel so uncomfortable reading that, especially like seeing the extent that she went to try to make sure that the pregnancy never happened in the first place, because she was so jealous over knowing that having kids means that Jeremy is going to probably love his kids more than her. That literally crept me out so much. This has definitely got me hooked so far, so I'm excited to see where the story progresses. I've just made lunch. I have made myself some tom yum noodle soup and it smells so good. This is what I used to make it. You can get these from Costco. It is literally so delicious. It is packed full of flavor. You can also put in seafood and bok choy and stuff, but I didn't have either of those things, so I'm just having it as it is with like the broth and the noodles, which is still really good. But let me show you guys the noodles. Also, I did do a little bit of reading while I was waiting for the noodles to cook. So I'm now up to chapter 8, which is on page 120. I've just basically been sitting here and binge reading Verity, and I realized that I didn't update you since before I went and had lunch. I am now officially up to page 225, which is on chapter 17, but also up to chapter 13 of Verity's autobiography manuscript thing. I have absolutely no clue what to think at this point. Every time we read a chapter from Verity's manuscript, it creeps me the heck out because she is a literal psychopath, and Lowen and Jeremy's relationship is also really weirding me out, especially knowing that Verity is in the house with them. Like, just because she is immobile, or that's what we think anyway, it's just weird. And oh my gosh, I literally had goosebumps when Lowen and Jeremy were having an intimate moment on the couch, and Lowen looked up and she thought she saw Verity at the top of the stairs watching them. But then when Lowen and Jeremy went to go check on Verity, she was asleep in bed. Plus, she can't walk anyway, so how can she be standing at the top of the stairs? I don't really have much to update you guys on, honestly, because my brain is just all over the place. Like, I just don't know what's going on or what's going to be happening. All I know is that the book is very gripping, and there's just a lot of disturbing topics that are mentioned in this book, which is making me really uncomfortable. But I only have 100 pages left of Verity, so I'm probably going to be able to finish this one off tonight, because I have not been wanting to put this book down, because as creepy as this book is, it just has me hooked. I just finished chapter 14 of Verity's manuscript, and oh my god, that was so sad. Honestly, kind of predictable because I saw that one coming, but oh my gosh, it was so sad. I just finished reading Verity in one day, practically in one sitting if you don't count me having lunch. Now I understand what people mean by team manuscript or team letter. I honestly believe the manuscript, even though it is like so far-fetched, but from the very beginning, Verity just gave me bad vibes. Like, she just was creepy, like so creepy, that it made me believe that she was capable of the things that she wrote in the manuscript. I don't know, the letter just felt off to me, like it just didn't really add up. So I believe that the manuscript was real, but Verity was trying to play it off as fiction just to save herself. Also, I feel kind of confused because Jeremy did lie technically to Lowen when it came to the manuscript. If Lowen was going to be staying at the house, why would you still keep the manuscript lying around? I don't know, that is a question that I had at the end of the book. If you're going to read this book, I definitely recommend checking out the trigger warnings, because oh my gosh, there are so many trigger warnings to this book. Like, there were things that weren't really specifically triggering to me, and I felt triggered reading it because it just made me feel sick. It's very disturbing. So if you're wanting a book with creepy, weird vibes in a really strange house with a psychopath character, like, this is a good go-to for that. But yeah, just check trigger warnings if you are going to read this. I've never read a thriller like this before, and it caught my attention from the very beginning and kept me on my toes, and definitely had me questioning a lot of things through this book of what's real and what's not, because I was so confused on what to believe. Also, oh my god, while I've been talking, I just realized Colleen Hoover, oh my god, the cover of this book, I literally just got chills because the cover of this book, oh my god, if you've read this book, the cover makes sense. Like you'll know what the cover means. Oh my god. Colleen! That is just creepy. Oh my god. I'm creeped out now. I don't even want to look at it. Overall, I don't really like to rate books straight after I read them because I feel like my ratings always change. But I think at the moment I would probably rate this one 4 stars. Like, it was a really good thriller. It's been a couple of days since I finished Verity, so I've had a few days to really think about the book and what I want to rate it. And honestly, I just need to stop rating books straight after reading them. I really need to start rating them after a couple of days when I have more time to process my thoughts, because over the past few days, I realized that even though this book was such an exhilarating read and it was such a unique story, the whole manuscript itself in Verity was just so disturbing, and it did leave me feeling quite uncomfortable. And I know that is an element that you do get from thrillers, but I've spent this whole month reading thrillers and none of them have really made me feel like sick, I guess. But there were just some bits in this book that genuinely just made me feel like I wanted to throw up, because the topics were just very dark and disturbing. And you know, that's probably also on me for going into this book completely blind and not knowing any of the triggers. Overall, as a book, I absolutely devoured it, in the sense that I love Colleen Hoover's writing and she completely hooks you in. But I don't think this would be a 4-star read for me. I am wanting to bump this down to a 3-star read, because even though I enjoyed the writing and the mystery aspect of it, I just feel like this book left me feeling very bleak inside. And yeah, I'm gonna change my rating down to a 3 stars. I feel kind of nervous saying that because I know this book is very well loved and it is a 5-star read for so many, but I'm gonna have to give this one 3 stars. But let me know in the comments down below what you thought about Verity, and if you are team manuscript or team letter. I'm still team manuscript. I did read the bonus chapter and I'm still team manuscript. I just think that every single character in this book was unlikable and crazy. But yeah, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed watching this reading vlog. This was my first reading vlog where it wasn't like a 4 or 5-star read, so that was interesting, especially considering I thought I was gonna like love this book, but I just didn't. But that's okay. Definitely give this video a huge thumbs up, subscribe to my channel down below. I post new videos every week, and follow me on my social medias. I'll have them all linked down below too, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye.